The path that God chose for you has nothing to do with how other people live in. Stop trying to compare your life to other people. It's like us as humans, we always want to, figure out if we're going down the right path or if we're doing the right thing. And how do we do that? Most likely, we compare our lives to other people. We scroll through Instagram, we scroll through Facebook, we see our peers from high school, college, etc. Our working peers, like, dang, how do we got the same job but we live two completely different lives? It all starts with your mindset, right? You have to, I'll say this, if nothing changes, nothing changes. If you don't make that change, how do you expect your life to change, right? And don't put so much pressure on yourself to think, oh, what path should I go? How should I change? How should I do things? This is what I want you to do. I want you to write down a list of possible outcomes in your life, things that you can see yourself doing. And that's not all just career wise. What type of person you want to be? Do you want to have, for example, women, do you want to have soft girl energy? Do you want to be in that era? Do you want to be in your, toughen up era, I don't care era? Like, just be real with yourself and stop comparing yourself to other people. And then you apply the positivity, right? Let's take the positive things out of it. You apply which one piques your interest the most, and you pursue that type of lifestyle, and you follow God for guidance. All the answers are not going to come to you. You just got to take a deep breath and figure out what is it that you want to do unapologetically without worrying about other people. What do you feel will have the best possible outcome for you, baby? Seriously. We spend too much time stressed out about how we cannot keep up with the Joneses instead of just being us, right? We spend too much time trying to think, oh, well, should I have that career? I got to be in hustle, grind mode. It is okay sometimes to just sit back, chill, and relax. Can I be real with y'all or no? It's okay sometimes to just sit back and chill and just be like, okay, I'm going to take a year off. Yes, I got responsibility. As long as I have enough funding and everything to take care of those responsibilities, I don't have to grind this hard this year as I will when I decide to pick this back up. It's okay to take a break. Who says that you have to be in, a certain age range for you to take a break? It seems like people get excuses in society when they're in their early 20s or when they're old and retired. But who says in your 30s, in your 40s, etc., you cannot just take a break, take a year off, just chill, just see what you have to do. It does not make you lazy. You can still be productive, okay? Stop letting society, I'm gonna be real with y'all because I feel like this is the middleman, right? I feel like I'm saying it without saying it. And I feel like you guys are correlating. Somebody is correlating exactly what I mean. But let me break it down just to make sure you get it. Hey, if you ain't got no job right now, right? You don't have a job right now, but somehow, I'm not going to get in your business, you able to still take care of your bills. Do it. Do it. Take some time off, get yourself together. If you want to go back to school, if you want to self-educate yourself, a year is stacked up on self-help books, YouTube videos. Stop letting society pressure you to tell you what you have to do, right? If you want to stay with your parents for a year, do it. Whatever type of agreement that y'all got worked out. If you fortunate enough to have parents where they got you on the bills, they not trying to charge you an arm and a leg, do what you need to do, right? If you receiving some type of benefits or Social Security or whatever because of health issues or whatever the case is, work on your health. Slow down. Slow down. A lot of us break ourselves apart trying to elevate so much when, I understand faith without works is dead, but at the same token, God got the last say so. You got to stay faithful to him. And your mind is the purest form of richness that you can ever have. It really is. It's the purest form of riches. Stop letting different people get in your ear talking about what you should do, or they feel like you should be at this milestone by this time. And I'm not at all in any type of way encouraging laziness. But like I said, you can still be productive. Work on your health. Take walks. Write a book. Stop letting people feel like you got to clock in 9 to 5 at the office. And if you're doing that, that's fine. If that's what's paying your bills and, you cool with that and that's the path that you feel like is designed for you, stop letting people make you feel like a 9 to 5 is not okay. Like you should be doing more. Like you should be an entrepreneur. Everybody is not made for an entrepreneurial route. And that's okay to say out loud. If you're not made for that, that is fine. And I kind of feel like this video is all over the place, but at the same token, I really want to sit down and talk to different people one-on-one in different situations. If you're a stay-at-home mom and you making ends meet, your kids are fed, your kids are happy, y'all playing, y'all doing crafts, stop letting people try to force you to go into the work field, right? Now, that's a sacrifice that they took, that they're not around their kids 24/7 or as much as you are. But that lifestyle works out for them. If you feel like it will benefit you more, maybe you got a backstory. Maybe you weren't around your parents much and you want to give your kids all the time in the world with you. What is the difference between a stay-at-home mom and a stay-at-home wife? How come one of them is glorified? Just because you have a husband that's paying all the bills versus you being on assistance and just taking care of your kids? You there. You will get grind time later. Stop letting people, making people let you feel bad. Ooh, how did that come out? Stop letting people make you feel bad. If that's what you choose to do, and you choose to stay home with your kids, and you got them chicken and collard greens and candy yams, fried up and stuff, and y'all doing arts and crafts, and you here every day. If that's what works for you, do it. If you able to put anything aside towards saving, towards emergency, if that's what works for you, do it. Don't let people pressure you into, it couldn't be me. I couldn't be at home with kids every day. I got to go to work. I got to make money. Because at the end of the day, when y'all be venting, they just as broke as you, baby. For real. Seriously. I want people to have, funds in the bank. But it's just all about your mindset at the same time. It's about saving. And if you save the right way, you can get around a lot of different scenarios and situations. You really can. Even if you have some type of assistance and you put aside, let's say $100 a month, that's going to eventually add up versus a person who, fully has a job, doesn't receive anything, and they, blow their money, blow, and then they have nothing left but probably $100 at the end of the month, just like you. Right? I feel like it's time for everybody to focus on their own lane. And if you're the type of person watching this video where you have judged others, whether it's family members, this and that, telling them what they should do with their money or what type of money they should earn, it's okay to encourage a person, right? If you feel like somebody has so many talents and you're just like, I feel like you should be this. But be mindful that everybody has their path. Right? Everybody has different goals and dreams. And just because someone is good at something doesn't mean that that is their calling. It doesn't mean that. Maybe it could just be a hobby. It doesn't mean that they necessarily have to pursue that as a passion, as a career. So just try to be supportive. Right? I get that you want to do constructive criticism. But at the same token, is it really worth losing potentially that person in your life, that special person? If you're trying to motivate them and it's not a depressing state that they're in, they're just really telling you, nah, that path is just not for me. Respect that. Respect that. Don't push it. That's to all the parents, the grandparents. Just support them either way. The same way you would support Johnny on the basketball team is the same way you should support Johnny if he like, okay, I did a year in college, I tried it out, but I want to take a year off because I'm not sure if that's for me. I want to see what else is out there. I want to try working. I want to, stay at home for a year, build my money up. Ultimately, it's their path. And don't be so hard on yourself either. If you little Johnny, trust me, there's plenty of life for you to get it together and decide who or what you want to become. But at the same token, life is short. And I would rather you spend that trying to discover who or what you want to become than to spend that life living falsely, if that makes sense. If you had an office job, Johnny, and you know that's not what you really want to be, you really want to be a basketball player, right? And you are unhappy. I would rather you say, I tried this out. I went for it, even if I had to take a break from the desk. I went back to play. I tried to see if I can get accepted into pro ball. Even if it does not work out, don't feel bad. Don't feel bad. Feel happy because you actually followed your dreams. Personally, I have a lot of different talents, right? And one of them being musically, one of them being radio, one of them being artist, one of them being a vlogger, one of them being a stylist. It's just a lot of different books, chapters to me that a person could read through, right? I have a lot of credentials. So when I tried rapping, I've been rapping since I was about 9 years old, and I recently stopped about 2 years ago. It's not because I didn't like rapping. I still enjoy making music, but it's because I found out and I discovered that was not my path. That's not something I wanted to make a career out of. It's something that I enjoy doing. It's something that I was extremely good at, but I just didn't want that as my career. And I had a lot of people, in my ear, like, "Oh, well, Star, you shouldn't stop. Like that's good for you. You at the top, you can make it." But once I got close to the top, I seen a lot of ugly things, and I no longer wanted to pursue that passion. And that is okay. I'm good at teaching. That's what I'm thinking about going back into. I'm already homeschooling my children, and I would like to go into being a substitute teacher and then being a full-on tutor. That's the path that I would like to choose for myself. And it might take me a little time. And that's the whole point. My ultimate end game is to be a tutor. And I want to schedule my own time with children. I want to schedule my own career. I want to schedule my own pay rate. I want to be an entrepreneur in a sense, right? I want my own hours. That's something that I always had burning inside of me. To be honest, I don't like working a 9 to 5. And if you want me to be real, it has nothing to do with the hours. Like, I'm a go-getter. I'm a hustler. But with me being a mom and my kids is here, I'd rather spend as much time with them as I can, number one. And number two, I have a zero tolerance for BS packed with myself. I can't. I literally can't. It doesn't take a lot to rub me the wrong way in the professional field. It takes a lot to get under my skin and break me out of character. But in a professional field, zero tolerance. Don't come to me like your homegirl. Don't come to me trying to, discredit my credentials and flirt with me like I'm some chick off the street. Because I will put you in your place, and that might cause tension between us. And it can escalate into other things. Let's just say that. So in order for me to get the job that I want, I have to create an atmosphere that I am willing to adapt to. I want to be in a more professional environment, which I do feel like teaching. I feel like I could change the lives of students. I have been a teacher before. I was a preschool teacher. Now I'm thinking about going to an older grade, but I mean, the teaching thing still applies. And then eventually, ultimately, a tutor. I have done tutoring before. I only had one student in the past besides at this point in time. I've had a total of 8 students at one time in a setting. I was homeschooling them. But as far as actual tutoring, one-on-one after school and stuff, I had tutored this girl about 7 years ago. And I was in a library homeschooling my daughter at that time. And her mother overheard me, seeing how I work with my daughter, and she came up to the table and she was just like, "Hey, my daughter, she's in 3rd grade." She was a little bit older than my daughter at the time. She was like, "She's in 3rd grade and she got expelled from school. And I'm gonna be honest with you, I don't know the first thing about homeschooling or tutoring or this and that." And I told her at that time I was focused on my own daughter, so I could not homeschool her, but I can, you could bring her here for an hour or two every day, and I'll give her some tutoring. And then I'll give you some materials. I'll print some things out that you could work with her at home with, and she could bring it back the next day. And I had no problems out of that girl. Although she was expelled from school for her behavioral issues, once we got that one-on-one time, and I feel like that's what a lot of students need. Once she got that one-on-one time, it was smooth as butter, baby. It was smooth. So I don't want to hold up too much of y'all time. I mean, this video is already running over as it is. I just want to say, focus on your path, and if nothing changes, nothing changes. Decide who you want to be. Decide what type of change, because I feel like change is good. Change is healthy. But decide what type of change that you want to make. Just make sure it's on a positive route. Have a good day.